Good morning everyone and welcome along. We are back as the European Tour returns for ET number 2. How are we all this morning? Who's good and who's not? What's everyone up to today? Let me know. Just getting some bits and bobs set up, ready to go. I hope everyone is good. Who wins? Oh, good question. Look, Littler's not there, so there's a huge chance for people. MVG played well last night, but can he back it up over a couple of days and that period? I don't know, but there was signs last night that Luke Humphreys will always be tough to beat. Get him in price, or will we have someone on the periphery coming through? Afternoon, Sandra, I hope you are good. I'm just getting everything set up as well. I'm not going to lie, I didn't get in till at 3 because the motorway was shut. So I might have had an extra half hour in bed this morning. But let me get things ready to rock and roll, folks, as we bring you the European Tour action for the next 3 days. 6 sessions here with us at Online Darts, keeping you up to date with absolutely everything. Free live. No, we don't show the actual games live because it's copyrighted content, and that's not for us. I like my channel and have a great relationship with the PDC, so won't be using their content. Filip Brzezinski is on the stage, getting ready to get the players on. Marco Cantella is on the stage, and here comes Wessel Nijman. I also need to. Oh no, so it's Jermaine Watamina. So it looks like Sports Radar. I've got the games around the wrong way again. Let's go in and address that issue. There we go. Sports Radar. Getting it round the wrong way. Charlie Corstafine on stage as well, refereeing today. I've got no idea where you can watch them for free. I pay for my PDC TV, so I don't know. I don't go looking for free content. Johnny's an absolute ledge. How are we doing, Kev? Hope you are good, mate. Some brutal games today as well. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the Euro Tour changes, and I understand it, but it does bring us some absolute belters, that's for sure. Jermaine has the darts and away we go. So I'm just gonna Connor Scott, Jan van Veen, last game tonight. That is savage. So there we go. Schedule of play is now up in the bottom corner as well. So was that the greatest ever 9-die in terms of prediction last night? Yeah, it was superb on that. I fancy Dirk, Gurney or so. Yeah, look, they're all playing well. I agree. Double 15 was asking. Okay, yeah, look, he went that way on the Pro Tour, and he said to me as well when I messaged him in the week that he's going to go that way from now on. Go on then, Lendl. Fire away, mate. What have you got for us? What's the percentage of legs won by Littler on a red double? Oh, it's going to be high. I would go... Let's go 89%. I think it's high because you very, very rarely see him in that section of the board. Look, sometimes you might see him on double 4, 6 and 5s, but I think it's going to be high. Like ridiculously high. By the way, chat room, does that look okay on screen with the bigger board so everyone can see the percentages and that? Marco Cantella has broken early doors here. Afternoon, Hendy, hope you're good, mate. Good to have you all in. What's up, Rob? What's up? How we doing? How we doing, Joe? Good to have you in, mate. We all come in for the start of the European Tour. Marco Cantella has taken an early lead over Jermaine Watamina. Fair enough, mate, fair enough. I think it's going to be ridiculously high. How we doing, Daz? The official answer is diary management. Let's just say that Göttingen isn't the easiest place to get to, hence why you won't see Gary and Littler and Risa either. Shit, I keep forgetting. I just pressed go live. Yeah, let me have a look at that. I keep forgetting it's out. I just got it set up just to go there. Yeah, Heathrow is not in a good place at the moment. But look, everyone, because it was yesterday, everyone that should have been there will be there. So the ones that have the issue should still be able to get there, hopefully. I'll share some links in a second. Gary will play, but I don't think if the Pro Tour hadn't have already been in Germany, I don't think he plays this weekend. The fact that him and Ryan Searle stayed in Germany and went straight there was a great help. I don't think that if he'd have been in the UK, he goes. Hence why he's not going to Risa. I think just chatting to players, just in conversation, I think the ones that don't need to, the more and more travel becomes an issue, as in a ball ache, they're not going to go. They are in Göttingen, Germany. The European Championship Finals was played there, I think it was 2019, 2018 or 2019. The arena's actually really nice. It's just a bit of a nightmare to get to. So I think flying to Hanover and then it's like 2 hours on the train or coach or something. So as man, look, it's what we do. It's building up a great community and a great channel for you guys. The 9 dart last night. We were upstairs. We couldn't get down for it. We were like on the 2nd floor, so it was just. But it was a great 9. Jermaine just going about his business here. 2-1 to the good. I'm greedy with you guys on the street. Nice, Teresa, nice. It's what we do, isn't it? I tell you what, the boys did a great job on the fallout bar last night, and considering it was quite a late-ish finish, you guys supporting it as well, the numbers were amazing on the fallout bar last night, so thank you very much. Do you think Littler will miss a lot of the Euro Tours? I'm not saying a lot, but there's certainly, I can pinpoint 3 or 4 that I don't expect to see him at. He's not here. He's not in. Risa, definitely. Yeah, Göttingen's not easy to get to at all. So let me get the list up. So, right, yeah. Risa last week was alright. Göttingen isn't easiest. Risa is not easy. Munich's easy to get to, but the fact that it's bank holiday weekend in Germany, a lot of players aren't keen on it because instead of Friday, Saturday and Sunday, it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it'll be interesting to see that. From the UK, Graz isn't the easiest to get to. Sindelfingen's alright, Rosmarlen's not too bad, Leverkusen's okay. Kiel's not the easiest, Antwerp's alright, Prague's alright, Budapest, Basel and Hildesheim are okay. So look, you've got Göttingen, Risa, Graz are 3 that aren't easy, and then Munich because of the time on it. I don't think there will be a stipulation, Daz. I just think they'll beat shit out of each other. Yeah, look, notoriously the afternoon session isn't the easiest. However, in Belgium, it just seems to whatever they touch just seems to sell. But this evening will be all right, and onwards. Jermaine 3-1 to the good note over Marco Cantella. Yeah, like I say, it's not the easiest. You've got flying. I think Hanover is the closest airport, and then it's like a couple of hours on the train. I realised after last night. Look, he was incredible, wasn't he? Like I said, running a little bit late this morning. After the parts two closes on the M4 last night. That was a nightmare. But Watamina, just that he's at the moment, he's having too much for Marco Cantella. Links out on social. Just keep you up to speed. 4-1 now. Watamina. Just too strong at the moment. Sean, what website can I follow? So there's a live score bit on the PDC website. Let me put it in the you can follow the live scores there. No worries, buddy. Let me just fire that out. There, that's good. And links are gone, so now I can fully concentrate, like we do. Watamina in cruise control, but look, you still got to switch on. Any website show these Euro tours, Lewis? You can watch them on PDC TV, mate. Or if you have a funded bookmaker account. You don't need to have a bet, but if you've got money in your account, then you can watch. Yes, Gob, you know that. Oh, yesterday, I'll tell you what, 20 degrees in March wasn't in the Ginger safety manual. Oh my God. I had to go bareback in the sun, no factor 50 and 20 degrees. I was fearing for my life at one point. So, 4-2, he has won that. I love that angle where they show the side entry of the dart going in. Are Crabtree or Pilgrim playing this? I don't think either qualified. 2 seconds. No, not this one, mate. 70 degrees in the car. Tell me about it, look. Us gingers were fearing for our life. You walk out the door and it's 20 degrees in March. What's going on here? Are we doing Ryan afternoon? Oh, no, we've got Menzies, Rydz, Doets. Nice, good one. Here in Belgium, 23 degrees. Typical. Not in the UK. Oh. Jermaine Watamina is now somewhat coasting to victory. He should wrap this up in the blink of an eye. Cantella not really troubled him, averaging 77. Not great from the fin. And look, the throws, the Cantella throw has never been smooth or silky, but it even looks stuttery. It's cold to me. Who's your winner, Phil? I'd love to see MVG win, but I don't know. Cheers, Joe. Thank you very much, mate. Glad you enjoyed them. We've still got a couple more to go out. Luke Woodhouse and Simon Whitlock. I know a few of the boys are watching along. Jar's watching along. Gob's in as well. Always a pleasure as Jermaine Watamina pins tops for the machine gun to wrap up a 2-0 victory. Coming next, we do have the Madman is Cameron Menzies, an all Scottish tie. Menzies and Soutar should be a belter. Do you think Clayton will be? Oh yeah, look, the way Johnny's playing and Johnny's throwing, he's provisionally close to being top 4 in the world. So look, if he carries on, he's already got to a final at the Masters. Was it quarter-final, semi-final of the UK Open? That he's putting himself in early contention, that's for sure. Peter from me. Darts Krcmar, good to see you last night, buddy. Always a pleasure to have you in the streams as well. Yeah, look, the ferret is... Love the ferret to bits. But yeah, good to see you last night, buddy. That was a solid win after breaking the first leg. Yeah, look, he didn't settle well, but look, Jermaine's been playing well since last year. That he's a danger again. I still think at times he just lacks a little bit of composure, but overall he is playing splendidly well. Remember, here at OD, we're bringing you all 6 sessions of the European Tour, keeping you up to date with absolutely everything. It's a pity no big televised PDC tournaments this weekend. Yeah, it isn't, but look, that's the magic of the Euro Tour, isn't it? That yes, the criteria may have changed, but the European Tour is still amazing. And look, I understand people's frustrations with the rule changes, but under this way of doing it, some of the first round games that we're getting are ridiculous. They'll revamp the Prem next year. I hope so. I'm interested to see what the next phase of the Premier League looks like. Look, it changes and it morphs time after time. We've seen so many different variants of the PDC Premier League of darts, and I'm sure we'll see another one. I hope it's soon. A little tough game tomorrow, the Decker. Yeah, look, the Decker's playing really, really well, isn't he, Azza? How are we doing, Colin? Hope La Manga is nice and sunny. It was lovely here in the UK yesterday. It's been overcast today, but hope it's good over there. Not saying anything bad, but even if Bunting finishes on no points, he'll still be picked for the... look, even if he finishes rock bottom, his world ranking is still up. He's still up there. He's still a huge fan's favourite. And look, apart from he didn't play amazingly last night, but the first 6 weeks he had the 4th highest running average in this year's Premier League. He's playing arguably better than everyone above him, apart from Luke and Gezi perhaps. But look, will he finish on no points? No, he will win some games. Do I think that he can make the playoffs now? Unfortunately, I don't. I think that gap is now too big. It's 12 points, I think. So that's over 2 nightly wins. That's a tough ask. Is RVB tonight? Is he tonight, or is he... Yes, he is. He's got Ricky Evans this evening. I've got the answer, by the way. 81% of wins on red. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's that high, Lendl, because even when he misses like tops to tens, it's red to red. The only real green doubles you see him on regularly is 5, 4 and 6. Very occasionally you'll see him stray and have to hit a double 16 or something. So yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's that high. Barney always plays at night. Maybe on the Friday, James, but I'm not sure that spot is safe as it used to be. They should have a rule where if you come bottom, they can't pick you. In theory, I like it, but like you say, that you could have a year where one of the big guns has an absolute mare, finishes bottom, and they're not going to leave them out, are they? For Jermaine standards, not his best. The front 9 average of only 88. I'd be disappointed with that, but look. A fantastic session of darts ahead. But coming up next, it is Menzies against Alan Soutar. Chat room, what are you saying? Score predictions? Both playing well at the moment as well. Soutar's played some really good stuff. Gob's going full Braveheart as the red tartan trousers of Alan Soutar gets ready to walk on. Yeah, look, Suits, you know that he doesn't give a lot away on stage, a little bit of frustration, where Cammy will get the... Ooh, I want to have a look at that safety barrier. Have they cut it off a little bit, or is it just because there's not a lot of people in? Let's have a look when Cammy walks down. Right, here comes the madman Cameron Menzies. Do Scotland get battered in this one? Menzies looks like he needs a haircut and shave. I know. I thought they boxed off the barrier a little bit so they couldn't walk around, but they hadn't. Gob singing along to Scotland get battered. I'll tell Suits. No bottles of water anymore. This is got a jug on the players' table now. But the old players are going through too many bottles. Have a jug instead. Menzies has won the ball. How do you think England will do under 2 shots? I think they'll do. I think they'll do okay. Bit disappointed with his squad, if I'm being honest. Especially leaving out Morgan Gibbs White, then calling him up, and then leaving him out of the matchday squad. I think he's been exceptional for Forest this year. Who's the most likely nation to challenge England? I think Wales. Look, trying to beat Luke in a doubles format is going to be difficult. But I think Wales or Scotland, but both the Scottish pair will have to play well at the same time. But a slowish start to this one, and then Alan Soutar springs into life with a maximum. Yeah, it does Lendl, but look, funny things happen in sport. Oh yeah, look, agreed, Henry. If you're a Forest fan, you're delighted that Morgan Gibbs White's not playing, but I think he deserved a shot, deserved a go. How are we doing, Davey? Good to have you in, my friend. What do you think? I think England will go off the 1-3, 1-4 favourites for the World Cup. Do you think Watkins isn't in the squad, is he? Isn't he injured, or have I made that up? Having hot dogs for tea tonight. Hot dogs always a good shout, mate. Alan Soutar is on double 18, 36, and Cameron Menzies has made an absolute mess, not getting a dart even at the ball on 65. Missing two big numbers, Criminal and Alan Soutar, makes him pay. Suits leads 1-0. Menzies only averaging 76 right now. Aussies on a 5-1 win over in Legion. Nice. How are you doing, Dale? Good to have you in, mate. It's been raining $9 on the Pro Tour. We've had one in the Premier League. Are we about to get one on the European Tour as well this weekend? Menzies has put some pressure on this 86, 140 to leave tops. Excuse me. But Alan Soutar should get at least a dart at the ball for 2-0. Oh, it's not his double 16. Double. When he goes inside, can Menzies now punish that? The 140 did the damage. Gives Menzies the opportunity, and in the blink of an eye, we are level. The Maverick Scotsman has turned this one around. Let's say Peter and Anderson retire tomorrow at the same time. Who will be the pairs for Scotland? Without looking, my initial reaction is these two that are playing now. I think they're both higher than... So, that's my initial reaction. Menzies 39. Soutar 56. Lendl, how would you change the qualifying criteria for the World Cup though? PB, what do you think of the prize money going to 1 million for the Worlds? Humphrey said on Talk Sport. Look, I think we all know that the World Championship prize money is going to £1 million. Barry's made no secret of it. Luke kind of let slip. I don't mind the £1 million for the Worlds if, and we don't know these details yet, it all depends on how that stacks up for the rest of the TV prize money. Like, are they going to increase the match play significantly? And also how that prize money filters down to the lower rounds of the tournament. I think that there's still a lot of questions around this, and until we have the answers to them, I don't think we can really say. Look, if they leave everything else as it is and just up the Worlds to £1 million, it's a disaster. But until we see the blueprint and the structure, I think it's kind of hard to comment. I don't think he'll practice an awful lot, if I'm being honest. I think he'll do the odd session with Ryan Searle. 1 year instead of 2 on the order of merit. Possibly. There's Alan Soutar. About to go 3-1 up, maybe not. Menzies has a chance to break back 71. And Menzies pins it. It is 2-all. But Soutar's made all the running and Menzies just picked off the scraps. Have an order of merit directly for the World Cup for the year. Yeah, I don't dislike it, but again, and I'm not saying this right. It's just knowing how the business works. That TV companies, sponsors, and so on want the big names. So I don't think they'll look. I'd like the change, but I'm not sure they do it. Unless you replace the World Cup, I'd like to see both. I'd like to see the World Cup and a Ryder Cup format. Do you think they'll completely change? Look, we've been told there are changes to the Grand Slam coming. I'm not sure what those changes will be. I think I'd like to see changes in the qualifying criteria to start with as well. And the Grand Slam spots shouldn't be handed out based. I don't mind the winners of the World Cup getting a spot. Look, the likelihood is it'll be Luke and they'll have one, but I'm not sure runners up. Cameron Menzies with a lovely ton finish, and he leads for the first time. Alan Soutar's averaging over 106, but trails Stephen Bunting. What's going on? The Premier League's a tough school. Up until yesterday, he had the 4th highest running average in this year's Premier League. So it's not as if he's playing poorly, it's just a tough school. Do you think... no, I don't. I think that they'll have the odd session, but nothing like it. Menzies has taken control there. The Grand Slams we've seen, as a champions event. Yeah, look, I don't mind runners up going in there if there's spots, but for me, winners should be prioritised. I look at Chris Dobie. He won 3. He could have won 5 Pro Tours and wouldn't have been in the Grand Slam. Which is bonkers. Johnny Clayton won on the Pro Tour, wasn't in. Cameron Menzies has turned this one around. Look, Alan Soutar's still averaging more here, but Menzies is winning now all the big moments. Yeah, Brady, I think it's going to go off tonight. Who's the best player never to play in the Premier League? Oh, good question. The best player. Are we talking about longevity or in terms of their ceiling? Because there's a couple of different ways to look at it. Because at the time, look, Paul Nicholson back in 2011, 2012 should have been in the way he was playing. It was incredible. But then you look at players like Corey Cadby, the ceiling they had in terms of ability, but never played. Menzies now one away. He had a dodgy leg one, but since then has turned up, and this has been a good performance from Cameron Menzies. Ian White's a tricky one, because if you're taking Ian White on the floor on Euro Tour form, sensational, but never really did it on TV. I need to go and turn a plug on. 2 seconds. That's better. So I realised my camera wasn't, the battery wasn't on. I agree, Rob, and that was my next point, that there are a couple of candidates outside the PDC. Martin Adams 100%. But Cameron Menzies is 46 points away from wrapping up a 6-2 victory, and it goes. That's a good performance from Cameron Menzies. He's averaged 99.91. Alan Soutar 99 as well. Done very little wrong. Alan Soutar looks gutted. He's played well there, Suits, but Menzies just won the big moments in that match. So yeah, going back, yeah, look, Ian White longevity on the floor in the Pro Tour was incredible, but never really did it on TV events. Yeah, Martin Adams, 100%. Yeah, and that was his issue, Marcus, that he could never replicate what he was doing on the floor and on the Euro Tour in big TV games. That's how this should be. I'm looking forward to this next game. Callum Rydz against Andrew Gilding. Callum's played some really good stuff, and Gilding's just starting to pick up again as well. So looking forward. I think if Bunting isn't top four, I think, look, when you're not in the top four, a lot of things then are looked at. So I don't know is the honest answer. If you're not in the top four, you're then just relying on a little bit of luck and a little bit of chance. But Rydz Gilding next. What are you saying, chat room? Is it going to be Goldfinger or the Riot? Bit of Sam Fender for his walk on. I'm up for that. Afternoon, Jack. Hope you are good, mate. Sorry, can this event be watched everywhere, anywhere? So yeah, it can be watched either live on PDC TV, or if you have a funded bookmaker account, you don't have to have a bet. I'm not encouraging anyone to go and have a bet on this. If you've got money in your account, then you can watch it through the bookmaker sites as well. Did you see some bloke last night, Rob's 170? Yeah, I saw. Heartbreaking. Thoughts on Jake Paul, Krohne, Anthony Joshua, just pie in this. Look, if you're AJ, it's a great payday. If you're prize fighting and you are just fighting for the money, is it a good deal for Anthony Joshua? Probably. The number of pay-per-view buys it'll do is ridiculous. So if you're just prize fighting, why not? If you actually want to continue to be and operate in the upper echelons of world-class boxing, then maybe not. Depends on what you want to do and what else is on the table as well. Yeah, I've attended some of them, Ryan. Yes, and the plan was to go to more this year, but then we kind of stumbled across doing these streams, which do really good numbers for us. You guys love it. It helps grow the channel, and so on like that. So if I was to go there, then I couldn't do this. So it's finding a balance, but it's definitely something that we want to do, yeah? Who would have the bigger fee? AJ, but it would do silly pay-per-view numbers. It would last about 20 seconds. Yeah, look, I'm not saying it's a proper fight or anything like that, but it's a good payday. Jake Paul's just going to use it PRK. Yeah, look, 100%, Rob. Look, we know Jake Paul doesn't want any part of Anthony Joshua. Although, is AJ an elite heavyweight? No, in terms of fundamentals. But does that right hand bang? Absolutely. We saw what it did to Francis Ngannou, and look, I fully understand Francis Ngannou is not a boxer, he's an MMA fighter, but he's still trained in combat sport, and he went to sleep. If AJ hit Jake Paul, his head might come off. Is it a bit of Sam Fender he's walking out to? I'm going to put the... Yeah, bit of Sam Fender. I actually really like this walk on. It's one of my favourites. How we doing, Maximus? Hope you are good. Wildest fundamentals. Yeah, exactly. But Wilder's fundamentals are horrific. But he's also got a banger of a right hand. Hypersonic missiles. Yeah, look, I'm a fan of Sam Fender. Fellas Jordy in the sky. Look, Newcastle is one of my favourite cities. I love Newcastle. I'm interested to see, because Sam Fender's on tour at the moment, isn't he? It'd be interesting to see that has he got any gigs Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday next week, or potentially would they try and get him to Newcastle to do something? Is Callum wearing a tribute to Newcastle in the league? I don't know. Let's have a look at the Dad's. I'm not sure that they could turn. No, he's just wearing his normal shirt. Interesting. There's a new referee on stage. That says to me, I'm pretty sure either Kirk or Hugh Ware were probably meant to be on an early flight this morning. I wonder if they've just been delayed slightly. How are we doing, Chris? I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. I'm a little bit tired. Motorway was a bit of a nightmare last night, but I'm good. I'm not moaning. I'm here to keep you guys up to date and up to speed with everything. Hugh or Kirk, who's the best referee? I think they're both very, very good. For me, still the best referee in the world is George. Come back to the dark side of Phil. Open dot bus. To be fair, I'm fortunate enough. I get to travel a lot doing this job and so on. But Newcastle is a wonderful city. I love it. As you come down, you obviously got the Tyne Bridge across the skyline, and I always stay when I'm in Newcastle just the other side of the river by Millennium Bridge, and then you look out and you can see it all at night over the quay. It just looks superb. Where's George this week? No idea, mate. Callum Rydz has taken the opener to hold. The Riot leads 1-0. Andrew Gilding seems to have rediscovered a bit of form of late. He's averaging 117 through a leg and a half. He's obviously a fabulous player, but he's just very awkward to watch at times. That setup is very idiosyncratic and so on. It's just a good player, just awkward. Yeah, Hendy, that my was just said earlier, my gut is that he's probably one of the PDC Europe markers, and I think that either Hugh or Kirk may have been delayed. They're proper old school darts as well. Yeah, let me see if I can find out. Let me see what I can find out. Whilst I carry on talking to you, of course. Not that one. I like the price style, yeah. Are you concerned about Humphreys? No, look, there was a little head wobble last night. I didn't understand the tops when he had 3 darts in hand. But Callum Rydz just keeping Gilding at bay at the moment. Obviously not real. How are you doing? Jopper from Chile. Good to have you in. Huge. Oh, look at Gilding rocking the Dr. Martens as well. Right, I have just WhatsApped Charlie to find out. Now, Andrew Gilding's darts will be a tungsten dart with a gold coating. But yeah, loving that we've got Jopper in from Chile. Who's the nearest to? I'm not sure who's doing Newcastle. To be fair, mate. I'll try and. Clattenburg and Michael Oliver. that would be quite funny. What's your favourite shirt on tour? Oh, good question. My favourite shirt on tour. Now, I have to say, I do quite like the new Joe Cullen shirt. I wouldn't say it's a favourite yet, but I like the new Joe Cullen shirt. One of my favourites is the Gerwin Price America shirt. Big fan of that. I'm not sure. Am I allowed to use the MVG Masters special shirt, because that looked epic? The Clemens shirt is hideous. That trash. So right, let's stop sitting on the fence. Let's go through. Yeah, either the Ricky Evans or the Brendan Dolan Christmas shirts are right up there. Can't believe you're not. I think Gary needs a bit of a makeover. I'm not sure. Is it a classic? Yeah. Have I seen too much of it? Yeah. I think Gary needs a bit of a thing. I actually do quite like the Littler shirt. I'm not saying. Right, I am going with Price America shirt, MVG anniversary shirt are my top two favourites. Not being bun. It's okay. I prefer I don't like the half and half bit. Sorry. Do I know who's on commentary with Dan Dawson? 2 seconds. Let me put a bit of volume on.
It's on pros all days. I think we had 5 last week alone.
I think that is. I get these round the wrong way. It's either Dan McCarthy or I think it's Dan McCarthy. I get Dan McCarthy and Johnny Bryant ran the wrong way, but I'm sure that's Dan McCarthy. That's a good shout, Phil. Yeah, I like the colour new one. It's not up there yet, but first glances I really like it. Yeah, Charlie, I'm not listening to him call, but I'm guessing that this is a... But Gilding now leads. And he's piling the pressure on to Callan here. Gilding just doing what he does at the moment. Greatest ref of all time. Oh, now I know who my top two are. Bruce is one of them, 100%. I still think George is 1, Bruce is 2 for me. James. Chris, sorry, but how are we doing, James, as well? Yeah, Humphrey's lead shirt was quite nice. Good to have you in, James, as well. Happy Friday to you. 60, 66. So yeah, I think George 1, Bruce 2. Not 100%. This would hurt if this tops goes for Gilding, and it does. Callan had the chance to break back, didn't take it. And now Gilding leads 4-2. Can I ask who your current least favourite one is? Not because of anything bad. Yeah, look, I actually think the current crop of 4 PDC refs are all very, very good. To be fair, they've all got incredibly. You don't see very many mistakes anymore on stage. There'll be the odd one here and there, but I can't remember the last time I saw one of them miscount. I think the current top 4 are incredible, and when one of them decides that they've had enough, I really hope Owen gets the next shot at it. Rydz's throw is under pressure again here. Gilding has just been so steady, solid around this 97 average mark. What did you make of the Premier League last night? I thought it was a good night. I think the top 4 may be becoming a little bit hard to gate crash for everyone else. We're only halfway, but it's hard to see. Maybe one place is up for grabs, but I think for 3 of the contestants, their races run at halfway. No, Gob is refereeing at MODUS today, Charlie. So just me. You'll see Gob. Don't go and turn over, obviously, but if you have a look on social, you'll see him calling at the Super Series. Again, Callan has missed the dart of the ball. He's had chances, but they're all at the end of combinations. But now, Gilding is just giving him a lifeline. 2 darts missed for Andrew Gilding and 5-2. The right has to take this, and he doesn't. Yeah, Cross is the only one, Charlie, that I think can gate crash it. I think the others have given themselves too much to do. Speaking of too much to do, it looks like it's going to be that way for Callum Rydz. Missed 3 darts in this leg and was punished to the maximum. Goldfinger. Yeah, there were signs from MVG last night, but I put it on Twitter as well, and in our group chat we were talking. For how good Michael was, it shouldn't have worked. The wrist position was horrific last night. It was like literally at that angle at some points. It shouldn't have worked, but it did. Afternoon, Oliver. Look, I think that we've seen signs from MVG. Like last night, there was 3 decent performances. It's all about, can he find consistency? Consistency has been his nemesis over the last 2 years. Coupled with that action, I don't know. that if he can find a way that he's comfortable with the action and can find consistency with the action, maybe. Can he still have one-off moments of genius? 100%. But that's not enough for a player of Michael's calibre. Gilding leaves tops. Nothing the Riot can do about it. Callum Rydz, the writing is on the wall. Gilding would have to have a complete meltdown from here. And he doesn't. Andrew Gilding seals a 6-2 win over the Riot Callum Rydz. Chat room, you have been incredible. If you are new here, we are Online Darts, and we keep you up to date with everything in the darting world, from watch-alongs like these, interviews with players, reaction as it happens, reaction shows, you name it, we have you covered here. So, if you're new, you know where the subscribe button is. Make sure you drop us a like as well. We are here all 6 sessions of the weekend European Tour event, the second of 14 European Tour events across 2025. The race for Dortmund has begun. Gilding averaging nearly 95, 94.97. Very steady performance from Goldfinger. How are we doing? Christina, good to have you in. Always a pleasure, wherever you are watching us from, all around the world today. We've got South America in, Australia, New Zealand, North America, Europe. Have we got anyone from Asia in? 100%. I completely agree that Callum Rydz is a remarkable talent. And look, if he could find an extra 10 to 15% consistency level, I agree that I think he is a phenomenal talent. But also as well, let's remember that he is still a kid in terms of his darting journey. I'm sure that will come, but yeah, look, I think Callum has the potential to be incredible. But we need to see that. Afternoon from man, nice. Good to have you in. Yeah, Gilding rocking the Dr. Martens. Most players to have a nice pair of comfy trainers now and designer trainers, not Goldfinger. He's getting the old DMs out. My favourite dart player is Goldfinger. Nice. Like, yeah, Goldfinger's got a bit of a cult following, isn't he? Yeah, look, that's the Premier League. It's a brutal school. So this is an interesting one coming next. It is the current European champion Richie Edhouse against Hawkeye Doets. There it is. Not that one. There we go. Who's Goldfinger playing next? Hold on and I will let you know. Goldfinger, Andrew Gilding, will face where are you hiding? We'll play Rob Cross. So we've got a couple of minutes to rock and roll. But what are you all thinking? Are we going Edhouse or are we going Doets? Is it going to be Doets? There it is. Thoughts on Doets? Well, yeah, look, it's uncomplicated. I don't mind the Doets throw. It does what it does. What do you make of Aspinall's Premier League so far? I want to say mixed. Yeah, look. Considering where he was at the start to where he is now, he's done. It's good. Well. To be fair, Callum's post, considering if he'd have posted that last year, it would have been car crash. So it's not too bad for him. It's not too bad for Callum at all. But yeah, look, I think Aspinall's. I think Aspinall's done okay. He struggled early on, but that night in Dublin was huge for Nathan Aspinall. Three games in the ledger as we head to game 4. Philip Brzezinski is on the stage waiting to get the players on. We have Rishi Edhouse against Doets. There it is, coming your way from Göttingen in Germany. Who do I think wins this time? I think it's wide open. Look, Littler's not there, so there's an opportunity that Humphreys will be tough to beat. If MVG can replicate what we saw last night, look, Cross is playing well. Or will we potentially see an outsider? As Doets going to the stage. Chat room, score predictions then. What are you all saying? Get involved. Doets is on the stage. If Aspinall and Cross keep tabs with the top 4, they'll both have a shot. Yeah, possibly, but hasn't Aspinall got MVG this week? So that's a huge game, because if MVG wins, then that gap becomes even bigger. I really want an obscure one just to make it more fun. Nice, Teresa. Doets wins. I was going to pump now. Jinxed him. 6-4 Doets, 6-4 Edhouse. I think it'll be close either way, I have to say. I don't think either player runs away with this contest as Edhouse makes his way to the stage. And he's on the stage now, so we have two players on the stage, which is always good. Could you imagine if we had a Duijvenbode against James Wade game? We have to have a second ad break. Both of them like to stop for a selfie and sign some bits. Well, we've got another ref now. Lucas has done it before. Big crowd I see in. Is Stephen Bunting in this tournament? No, Stephen's chosen to have the weekend off. He spoke about it yesterday at the Premier League. They've just been flat out so busy. He's just decided to do some diary management, some calendar scheduling, and having the weekend at home. And again, I think you'll see more players doing this. Those reserve lists could be becoming important. There's Doets and Edhouse have both made good starts here. The thing is, I get the point. Legendary Lee, that's brilliant from Edhouse. He's taken out 1-3-6 after Doets missed a dart at the ball. That's a fabulous finish from Madhouse to break. But the problem is the way the calendar is, the top players physically cannot play in everything. They will burn themselves out. The next European Tour event is Friday the 4th of April in Rydz, Germany. Edhouse and Doets both putting on a show here. It's been good from both of them, but it is Edhouse who has the advantage and Doets can't even finish. So Edhouse is going to get 6 darts to back up that breaker throw. And look, the setup wasn't the best. Would have liked to have been lower than 72. Just invite some pressure from Doets, but that pressure is not forthcoming. So 72 for a 2-0 lead for Edhouse, the current European champion. 1 dart at tops. Misses, so Doets coming back for the 116. But again, a troublous visit during Doets' setup. He'd have preferred to have been a lot lower. And he can't find a treble, so Edhouse will return. Hopefully Wesselnami gets a good run. Yeah, look, I think West will come through his first game quite comfortably. It is Edhouse who leads 2-0. Here in game number 4 of 8 this session. But Doets strong on throw here. So confirmation from Germany, Kirk is on the way to Germany for the Euro Tour. There you go. Some tasty ties. Barney to look. This afternoon session's an absolute cracker. So he has apparently he has touched down in Germany, should be there for this evening's session. Rapid Ricky 8 o'clock. Yeah, around that you'd say. Yeah, a few people have said that. I get on really well with Ricky. He's a good, great lad. But Doets trails 3-1. He has some work to do here. In fact, he has a lot of work to do. Sorry, Matthew. Yeah, we've been playing phone tennis recently, haven't we? We haven't managed to sort it yet, but I'll try and give you a buzz as soon as. Always good to have you in, though, buddy. Hope you are splendid. Favourite darts influencer? It's not really my thing, Brad, to be fair. I don't we classing as influencers and who are we not? Because it's not really my thing. It's not really my bag. Look, I get on well with Charlie. Is Matthew an influencer as well as a broadcaster professional? Is he an influencer as well? Kevin Doets does have a leg back. But I like Charlie, he's a good lad. What are we saying? It's can we class broadcaster professional? I like the sound of that, Mister. 100%. You're a professional player and professional broadcaster as well. Nothing wrong with that title, Matthew. You've got that title, and my title is the famous Mr. Phil Bars. Doets is just making a bit of a move here on the Edhouse throw. Could do with another treble. Finds one down to 42, leaving Edhouse with a tough task and can't take it. But Doets has missed his opportunity. I wonder what title change. It's probably not. What time are we, Brad? We're not past the watershed yet. And Edhouse has punished the misses from Kevin Doets. Doets had the opportunity to break back, didn't take it. Just out of interest, Matthew, there's been a lot of talk recently amongst players and just general darts players. We've had it on the stream here. The target Swiss point. Are Mission in the process, or do they have plans to make an equivalent? Because the Swiss point seems to be a big selling point to certainly players, or certainly like general players at the moment. The Swiss point seems to be a big selling point. Doets just giving himself too much to do at the moment. They may do in the near future. Yeah, cool. It was just interesting because you listen to pro players and certainly players of just a normal standard as well. The Swiss point is kind of a big deal. like maybe sometime this year. Cool, mate. I was just being nosy. That was all to see. I know that you and Andy were having a debate about moulded flight and stems and normal ones. I am with you. The setup, a normal flight and stem. How we doing, Preston? Good to have you in, buddy. No, not on the Euro Tour's never on Dark Connect, mate, but the live scores are on the PDC website. On their little live score section, you can follow along. But Richie Edhouse has only needed one match dart. The current and reigning European champion gets underway with a win, and of course it's important to him to get money on the board. One thing you do not want to do as a defending champion is not be able to defend your title. So the race for Dortmund is important. And he has a 6-2 win over Kevin Doets. There it is. The Dutchman departs. Coming next, this could be incredible. It is Dirk van Duijvenbode against big bad Boris Krcmar. That should be something a little bit good, I think. How are we doing, Ben? Good to have you in the chat room, buddy. Always a pleasure. Oh, I'll tell you what. Mr. Edhouse has obviously got a good manufacturing deal, Matthew. Throwing his moulded flight and stems into the crowd? What's this nonsense? Doets could be a good one to watch later in his career if he can keep his A game on. So yeah, 100%. Yes, we spoke to the Nuke last night, Ben. The interview is on our YouTube channel. I spoke to him as well. I've just replied, mate. Matthew, that's ridiculous. Funny, but ridiculous. After watching him against Michael Smith in the World, he's got levels 100%. We're having a little flirt, Rob. A little flirt. So, just over a minute and a half to go. So, Dirk against Boris. But Boris was incredible in ET1. Can he replicate that here? Look, Dirk has been playing well as well. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, if you're new here, drop us a like and subscribe, everyone. This evening's session is incredible, and we will be here bringing you all the action as we always do. Phil, have you got a favourite of any of the new dartboards? I think they'll get a new one. For me, Ben, there is no contest. The best board on the market, in my opinion, is the Blade 6 Triple Core. If anyone's getting a new board, and I appreciate it, it's a premium board. It's the upper echelons, but for me, the Blade 6 Triple Core is the best board. Phil, I've been wanting to ask you for a while. Where would you rank Lakeside to most darts venues? Yeah, I only live half an hour from Lakeside. Lakeside in its day was a trendsetter for darts. It was the best venue. So if I remember it for then, superb. Look, now, has it seen better days? Yes. Does it need a lot of money spent on it to bring it up to date? Yes. Will that happen? No. So if I look at it now, I go, ugh. If I look at it as from nostalgia, right up there. Does that kind of make sense? Like in terms of the modern day venue, it leaves a lot to be desired. But back in the day, was it incredible? 100%. Random on Phil. Favourite radio station? So, right, my music taste is autistic. And I don't mean that... that's not a mistake. My music taste is ridiculous. So it all depends on what mood I'm in. But the two that I listen to more than anything, and again, opposite ends of the spectrum, either Kiss, if I'm in an upbeat mood, or I do like a bit of smooth to drive to, like I had smooth on the way home last night from darts. But yeah, my music taste is all over the place, like one extreme to the next. What about the tour from Target? I've only played on it a few times. It was okay. It wasn't the worst board I've ever played on. It does it look nice? Yes. But for me, I found it a little bit soft. And then I've heard other people find it hard. So again, personal preference, a lot of it is, and this is any dartboard by the way, comes down to how you store your dartboard as well. Dartboards should be stored at room temperature. I know that sounds daft, but some people don't. There's some people they're really hot or really cold. but they should be just a nice room temperature. If you're not fussed about decorating. Yeah, I agree though, Bread Dragons are good value. How are you doing, David? I've had a blade trip and was a fan. Would like to try the new target board as well. Nice. I didn't know much about that, so higher than Ali Pally and the Circus Tavern. Is it as good as Ali Pally? No. But again, it's now in the current climate, Lakeside is very outdated. Is it full of history and nostalgia? 100%. And back in the day, was it incredible? Yes. But as a modern venue, does it work? Not for me. But look, I'm not taking anything away from the history and anything to do with it. It just doesn't work anymore. I don't spray them. And don't spray them with water like someone. Yeah, don't spray them with water. Just get them, keep them, store them at room temperature, and you will bring the best out of your board. Remember, Sisal, that what dartboards are made from, is a living plant. It's made from something that was alive. So it expands and contracts and so on. And when it's stored at different temperatures, if it's stored up in a freezing cold place, taken outside, bunged on a wall, and then it's got a load of light injected onto it, it's going to harden up and toughen up. And that's where some of the bounce outs and that came from. Yeah, again, very similar, James. Yeah, back in the day, was the Circus Tavern a great venue with incredible atmosphere? 100%. I've been lucky enough to go to the Circus Tavern a couple of times as a youngster to watch PDC darts back in the day, and was the atmosphere incredible? Yes, 100%. But again, the way you move with modern times, is it a good venue now? No. Does it lack a lot of modern amenities that I think you need to run a good event? Yes. And I look at things from all points of view, that it's not just about the stage and the throw and everything like that. From a media point of view, the Circus Tavern and Lakeside aren't particularly good. In fact, they're not good. Very limited space to do interviews, and Wi-Fi connections and so on are horrific. I've seen someone put on TikTok, put on higher as well. Ali Pally is massive. I don't know in terms of the so the Circus Tavern capacity, I think, is around 900. Lakeside, I want to say somewhere between 12 and 1500, somewhere in and around there. The current setup at Ali Pally in the hall that we use is 3,800, I think. And Boris has started well here, but Dirk is with him. Boris has the darts, but Dirk is going to get a chance at a break here. 1-3-4. But tough ask. He's tried to go 54 tops. Doesn't work, so Krcmar will return to 58. Remember, Big Bad Boris was brilliant in ET1. To be fair, the size of these two as well. It's not in, Dirk. Doesn't matter how many times you look at it. And it is 1-0 to Boris Krcmar. He needs 1-0. Again, both astronomical averages at the moment. Very good from the pair. How did Boris qualify for the first two Euro Tours? He is the Eastern European qualifier. And again, if he says he's qualified, he's qualified. Just let these two put their darts down, both brilliant entertainment and finish. Yeah. Ali Pali does have a bigger hull. The issue is, speaking to Barry, that parts of the roof and building of the Great Hall are not fit for purpose, meaning that if it rains, you're going to get wet. Oh my! Boris takes out 1-2-1 to lead Dirk 2-0. Boris is averaging 115 right now. So look, if Ali Pali spends some money to get the Great Hall up to use, you could have a bigger capacity. But at the moment, you can't because it doesn't work. But Dirk needs to find something here. Needs to find something big. That 138 doesn't really get him. Gets him back just about par. Doesn't really do enough here at the moment. No worries, James. Great to have you in as always. Boris. Oh, is Dirk about to change the complexity? Maybe not. He's missed the ball for a 164. Remember, Dirk has had opportunities in this game. It's been an incredible contest. But Krcmar looking at 67 for a 3-0 lead. Boris has hit the wrong double. It gives Dirk a lifeline. He's in the wrong bed. You feel Dirk has to take this opportunity. 9 for double 8. And Dirk is back in this contest. Good game so far. Would you welcome like Misfits darts, like it is in Misfits boxing? Would I? Part part of me says absolutely not. But then another part of me says if it was done correctly, yes. I don't know where I'm if it was done right, it could. Would I like to see two absolute shit players go and play each other? No. I think if we were having this like mixed, I don't know. Well, there's a few. Like Charlie Murphy plays to a good level. So does Angry Ginge and so on. But is there enough? I'm not sure. Oh my, Boris. 1-2-1 to re-establish that cushion. This is superb from Boris Krcmar. Again, how there are a couple of things in life that you look at, and one of them is how Boris Krcmar does not have a tour card, the same as Andreas Harrison. Just baffling. Yeah, Ben, I'm not saying they're not. I haven't seen. I don't watch enough of it to go, oh, he's good or so on. Do you know what I mean? But Dirk is in a world of trouble. Boris Krcmar averaging a casual 107 right now. Big bad Boris is in the mood and in the mood to manifest chaos on the Euro Tour. It's a finishing masterclass here from Krcmar. The only leg he's lost is when he pinned double 8 instead of double 16. So he's still at a double, but right now he is not missing. He is currently 4 from 5 on the outer ring, and like I said, that dart did hit a double. Top tier Doets walk on. I'm not having that. Ugh. So, again, Boris threatening the Dirk throw here. This is just incredible from Van Duijvenbode. And Dirk has just missed a chance to hold. 98 now for Boris Krcmar. He's going to get darts. This finishing has been immaculate. He's missed. a lifeline for Dirk, and it is a lifeline. Cameron Menzies beat Suits, good game. Suits didn't play badly at all. Menzies played really well, in fact, but someone else that is playing really well is Boris Krcmar. 105 average for the Croat. Wessel Nijman coming up next, then followed by Ross Smith and then Luke Woodhouse against Dominic Gruellich to finish off the session. That slip from Boris may just let Dirk back in here, but he needs a lot more than that. He's missed an opportunity there, could not leave a finish. But again, Boris is set up that he's still down to a one treble single to double combination. But every time Boris gives Dirk a chance, Dirk cannot punish, and that has been the issue. And all of a sudden, those little pop doubles that Krcmar was hitting aren't going in. But now 1, 2, 4 for Dirk. He's going to get a dart at the bullseye. Oh, is this game changing? Is this a way back in for Dirk van Duijvenbode? I'm sure we're going to get a celebration when we see it on the stream, because he's broken and he's back effectively on throw. We do get a celebration from Dirk, and then he kicks off with a max. Are things changing? Is the Ober genius now in his stride? It looks like we're going to be going level. Remember, 3 games after this one, Boris now has the darts, but 4 all. Dirk has turned this one around. Remember, trailed 4-1, was in trouble. Right, when Dirk's foot is against the ocker, it looks like he's wearing some. Boris still averaging nearly 103. But it's Dirk that's upped his level. He's put around 6 points on that average to the ton mark. And is he carving an opportunity as he piles in another maximum? All of a sudden, he's the one that is asking questions of the Krcmar throw. And Krcmar responds with a maximum of his own. That is class. Krcmar's first 9 average is around 112 at the moment. Tom, we certainly will be. We'll be doing all 6 sessions here at Online Darts, so we will have a quick 2 hour, hour and a half break, however long in between, but we will be back for this evening. And Dirk's going to get a go at 126 on the Krcmar darts. Remember, he took out 124 to break back, and he's going to get another dart at the ball, but this time he only hits the 25. $82 for Krcmar. Bullseye of 25. 17 leaves tops. This is huge. And he misses. Dirk, one dart in hand. And he misses as well. So Dirk has had his chance on the Krcmar throw and has not taken it. And Boris finds a double 5 to get him out of jail. Van Duijvenbode had the opportunity. That will hurt. He knows that was the chance. But couldn't take it. And then 2 troublous visits from Dirk. Chance here for Boris. He's got the darts under pressure. Can Dirk find something? Not really. Opportunity now for Krcmar to get it done. Leave double 16 and says, Dirk, can you take this out? The answer is he can't. And Boris Krcmar continues his good form on the European Tour. It's a ton-topping average for the Croat, and he beats Van Duijvenbode 6 legs to 4. Big win for Boris. Remember, he took the scalp of MBG last Euro Tour, I say last week, but it was a couple of weeks ago now. But I didn't see what happened there, but I don't think Dirk was particularly happy with the crowd. I haven't got the sound on, so was he getting a bit of jip? Yeah, Boris don't look happy, does he? Those pictures tell 1,000 stories. Boris having a quick chat with Philip Brzezinski on stage. Look at the size of Boris. He's a mountain. So, next up, it is Wessel Nijman against Paul Krohne. If Wessel plays to type, you would suggest he would have too much, but you never know. So, chat room, get your score predictions in then. What are you going for the next one? Wessel Nijman? You'd expect Wessel to have too much, but you never know. A couple of minutes to go then, everyone. What a session it's been so far today. Who wins then? What are you saying? You all gone a bit quiet on me, chat room. Where have you all gone? About a minute and 20 till we get pictures back, and then we will be ready to rock and roll. Nijman wins. I agree, Preston. I think we're due a big run from Wessel. I'm ready too. I'm just gonna quickly stand a minute and just stretch my legs, but still here. Oh. So, everyone, you have been absolutely smashing it today for us. But two sessions today. This one here, and this evening session, should I say, looks like it's going to be a special session. Looks good. Some big names, some big hitters are in. And we've got about 10 seconds to go. we see the winning double from Boris Krcmar. Yeah, Doet wasn't happy, was he? Gave the crowd a sarcastic thumbs up. Not a happy boy, was Duijvenbode. Boris's front nine average, 112.27. That's a little bit good. Very good from the Croat. Nijman coming next. Again, a promising career, Wessel. No, Jack, no meal deal today. I've only some Pepsi Max, and I'll go and grab something to eat in between streams. So yeah, just some cherry Pepsi Max, and no, that's my biggest weakness. I just love cherry Pepsi Max is my weak. What's your go-to though? So right, if I'm having a Tesco meal deal, other supermarkets are available. I'm either going, so I either have a choice of two. It's either chicken, bacon and stuffing, or the barbecue chicken and cheese sandwich with either a cherry Pepsi Max or an orange Lucozade. And I do like this sweet Thai chili crisps. That's my thing, Jack. It's interesting, wasn't it? Paul Horn, however you pronounce his surname in German. Interesting that he gave his card up and then he qualifies for a European Tour. But he is on the stage, will soon be joined by Wessel Nijman. Looking forward to this. There he is, Wessel. I haven't got my sound on. Does he still walk on to Bryan Adams, summer of '69? If so, a real solid walk-on choice. I can get behind that. I like that as well. Real intensity in Wessel's walk-on, non-stop mind, get to the destination. Very Gerwin Price-esque. So, here we go, players on the stage. Wessel has the dart, still Bryan Adams. Yeah, that's a real solid choice, Sully. I like that. Big fan of Bryan Adams. Just watch it. First time I've seen Paul Horn throw, stands very Andrew Gilding to one side. Wessel stands very much to the other side, so they're not going to get in each other's way. Solid enough base. It kind of leans over to one side though. But here we go, it is game on. Right. Again, don't know too much about Paul. I know he started quite well here though. And it's weird that normally when you're throwing, you're quite, head is straight. It's almost as if he's leaning a little bit, which is an interesting one, where Wessel is very, very straight down the line. I'm not sure if she's still playing on Mark or not. I'm not sure. But the Wessel Nijman throw is under some pressure here. Extreme pressure. As Paul Horn bangs in a maximum to leave tops. Nothing Nijman can do about it. And break of throw early doors. Very exciting start. It's weird, just looking at the throw, it leans over, it's kind of weird. My bad, they had it in the wrong place, Jonathan, and I clicked on it and then they've realised it and they've moved it. My bad, mate. There we go. All fixed for you. But Nijman has found a maximum of his own. There we go. And now he is threatening to break straight back. Been a good response from Nijman. He leaves tops and will return for it. And it is 1-all. Wessel Nijman levels it up. So 1-all. Probably a fair reflection. Both had a good leg each in the opening couple. For this evening's session, I'll get the board set up as well. We can have a chuck in between games. What's everyone got planned for their weekend then? Anything nice? What everyone's up to? Nijman down to 48, and after a dodgy first leg, he's back in control. Fraser, good afternoon, my friend. Pleasure to have you in as always. Got NCA college baseball match. March Madness and darts sounds good, Jonathan. I love that. Tournament tomorrow. Done one. Nice, good stuff, Preston. Like that at all. I love what everyone's up to this weekend. Russell Nijman currently averaging 15 points more. And just looking at the angular entry, Paul Horn is a stacker. They're down at that angle. At a funeral today, so watching on my phone. Fair enough, Mark. Yes, Fraser. So there'll be one with Luke Woodhouse and Simon Whitlock to come as well. So that's all good. Again, you guys, the support you've shown the channel is incredible. Work all weekend, disaster. What do you do, Jack? Look, because again, I'm working all weekend, but for me it's not a disaster. Nijman looking at tops. 10s for 3-1. Big moment here, and it goes 3-1 to Wessel Nijman. Super Phil, the longer the better. Phil's my time when I'm driving. Nice, good stuff, mate, good stuff. We're just working on how we're going to do it and how we're going to release it. But me and Mace are working on something which I think you'll enjoy. Joe got my own decorating business, life of being self-employed. Yeah, I'm self-employed as well doing this, so I know your pain, Jack. I say pain, I love it really. Looks as if Paul Horn abandoned the treble 20s and started on the 19s. There was no real reason to do it from 405. But he's applying pressure to the Nijman throw, that's for sure. Customer does have a blade 6 on the wall. Interesting. Go and have a chuck. The Soutar fan club are in the audience. Just shame that their man didn't get the job done against a good camera Menzies display. Yeah, we're working on something, Phrase, that the public have asked, and we're going to try and deliver. But Nijman's throw is under pressure here. Paul Horn looking to break back here, but then Nijman finds a maximum of his own. But Horn is still going to get the chance at the bullseye. And it goes. He's back on throw. As you know, it takes 3 legs of 501 to paint to dry. Love that. It's a really good dart from Paul Horn though. As he pins the bullseye. Good morning, the one and only Anthony Eugenia. It's a pleasure to have you in, my friend. It was good chatting to you whilst I was driving home yesterday as well. Hope you are all good in Texas. But we know via the best city in the world, that is New York. I have to say, from an American darts point of view, it was interesting seeing Jules Van Dongen on Facebook, his progress of learning to play left-handed. I've got to say, the action looked quite smooth. I'm not sure how sustainable that is to learn on the job as a PDC pro, but credit to him, the action looked good. Wessel re-establishes that two-leg cushion. 4-2 to the Dutchman. He's averaging over 13 points more at the moment. The 1-2-6 was an immense checkout. But the two youngsters at the moment in Van Veen and Nijman are incredible talents coming through the Netherlands system at the moment. Been quietly impressed with Paul Horn though. Although Wessel is outscoring him, he's hung on to his coattails and he's still in this. He's got the big fish. There's one. Oh, he can't find a second treble. I was going to say. Would have made it interesting, but look, he's got a break-back opportunity if Wessel misses here. 112 is not a gimme. Going to get a dart though, Nijman, and that dart is going to be at double 18, and it goes. That is immense from Wessel Nijman. (5-2), the Nijman average is around that 97 mark. Big win for Wessel this, if he sees it out. So, Wessel Nijman, can he get the job done here in double quick time? Take a nice little 6-2 win. Can't find a treble there though. Still has work to do. Looking as if Horn will take this leg, but it's on his own darts. Wessel just lost that scoring intensity. Spirits should be high in Göttingen after Germany nesting in the football last night. I didn't see any of the football scores last night, to be fair, Malachi, because obviously we're in Cardiff and then I drove home. Listening to some absolute belters. Nijman has left double 10 and says, Horn, over to you. Can you take out 65? And he's only going to get a dart at tops, but he pins it. Cool, calm, and collected from the young German. So he says to Wessel Nijman, serve it out. Josh Rock, I think he plays tonight. Oh, no, sorry, he plays tomorrow. He will play either. It's a brutal one. He'll either play Van Veen or Scott. There is some horrific, horrible first round ties going on at the moment. Wessel Nijman looking as if this is the leg he gets the job done. Nijman leaves double 12, and I'm a fan of what Paul Horn's just done there. He's just thrown the dead cat 180 to leave double 3. I'm a fan. If you're going to go out of the tournament and your last 3 darts are a 180, I can get behind that. And it might force the mistake from Nijman. It might do. It might do. It has forced a mistake. Now you've left double 3, you've got to hit it. Wessel Nijman has missed match darts. The dart double 12 was a long way away. And Paul Horn hits it first dart, and effectively we are now back on throw. Was it a bit of a genius play? Personally, I'd like to see a pairs tournament, all 128 players can accept a bid from anyone if one drops out like MVG pools. I don't mind it, Chris. Look, seeing Wessel and Dirt play together would be good. Yeah, Scully, but we see it more and more where Leonard Gates did it a couple of times at the seniors, and look, it's a play that works. Your opponent's on a double, if you can, fire in a maximum no matter what it leaves. The referee has to bellow out the 180 call. The crowd are on their feet. It's a perfect shite-housery scenario without doing anything wrong. I'm all for it. And it was a blind one as well. Blind 180, look to the crowd to leave double 3. I mean, I'm impressed. Phil Barr's dark arts. Yeah, everyone knows, Malachi, that I'm not saying cheating is good, but I do like some dark arts in darts. I'm not going to lie. A bit of flight flicking or a bit of rattling those darts I can get behind. I'm all for that. But are we going to a last leg decider? Wessel looked home and hosed, but all of a sudden, here's Paul Horn back in this one. He is 5-all from absolutely nowhere. Wessel does have the darts in the decider. There should be some comeback. Wessel kicks off with a 140 though. The other good bit about the old debate between moulded flights and normal flights is these make more noise, more dark arts. Interesting, Riccardo Pietrezco and his other half there in the family area cheering on Paul Horn. Daniel, to be fair, Dirk didn't do a lot wrong. Boris Krcmar for a lot of the game was incredible. Dirk done very little wrong. Dirk played okay. It was the brilliance of Boris early on. Speaking of brilliance, Nijman, he doesn't need to go 11 and ball with Paul Horn not on a finish. Just tease up double 16. Wise play from Nijman. Although we like the showboating and the extravagance at times, you just got to go with it. And Nijman will come back. 3 clear darts in hand at double 16. This is a big win for Wessel Nijman, not in terms of who he's beaten, but Wessel Nijman does go through. Good game from Nijman. Coming up after the break, the elite walk-on of Ross Smith is back. We saw that red light spells, danger returns, which is only a good thing. Unterbuchner is in the way of Ross Smith. So if you stay in the top 64, Phil, you're guaranteed to keep your card until you drop out of that. At the end of the year. Yeah. So as long as you're in the top 64 after the World Championships, you keep your card. So, 2 games to go. Ross Smith against Mikkel Unterbuchner. What are you saying, chat room? Ross Smith should have too much, but you never know. Funny things have happened. De Sousa's got his card this year, but I don't see how he keeps it for next. I think he loses it at the moment, but barring some miracle, I think he's Romeo done. Just don't see how he keeps it. 6-1 Smith. Yeah, I think Ross Smith will have too much in this contest. So, in the break, get your score predictions in chat room. What are you saying? So, I like Daryl Gurney. Feel that Nico Springer is one hell of a player. Yeah, look, I think it's a tight game to call. Look, Daryl Gurney has played well, but Nico Springer is an incredible talent coming through. 6-2 Smith, nice Jack. Yeah, look, I think that it's been a long time since we've seen Unterbuchner at the top table in darts. With the those that didn't see on the Pro Tour, Ross Smith had gone for the army recruitment haircut. Ross Smith always had flamboyant hair and so on, and he was like, nah, short back and sides. Have you ever met any of the pros? Mark, pretty much all of them. I don't think there's a current pro, as in not some of the new tour card holders, but the ones that have been on tour for, I don't think there's one that I haven't met. Again, Wessel's front nine average was a lot bigger than Paul's, but 50% and 60% on the doubles, finishing with the highest order from both. 2 games to go. Ross Smith against Mikael Unterbuchner and Luke Woodhouse against Dominic Gruellich to finish off the session. We will return 6 PM UK time for this evening's action. As Filip Brzezinski, or Swiss Phil to us, is about to get the players on. comes Unterbuchner. Who's the other? Oh, Zoran Lurchbacker. Not one we've seen for a while either. Here comes the T-Rex. Unterbuchner has won the ball though. Has he kept it? Let me just put the sound on. Has he? Yes, Ross. He's kept it. Yeah, the Guns N' Roses experiment just didn't work. Again, but by the sounds of it, a lot of the players that played on the Pro Tour Monday, Tuesday stayed in Germany, didn't come home. Looks like we got a cheerleader stag do in the crowd this afternoon as well. Unterbuchner has only won one of his last 5 games played by the look of the form guide. You would think that Ross Smith would come through this one quite comfortably, but you never know. Got to say the Ross Smith hairdo looks better now. He's got some kind of supplement, some product in it. And the Pro Tour, it was just like he'd gone for the natural hair look, nothing in it, and it looked like a proper. But it's still a full-blown military job, isn't it? Speaking of which, I've got my barnet cut next week. Mikael Unterbuchner starts with a maximum. Unterbuchner is here to party. Look, it would be an upset, be a big upset as well. But it's only leg one. Let's not get carried away just yet. Very solid start from the German, 180 ton. Very good from him. But here comes the pressure from Ross Smith, a maximum of his own. It didn't take him long to level up that count. But clinical from Unterbuchner. Started with a max, finished one dart in hand, 1-0 to the German. Very tidy finish from Unterbuchner. T-Rex looks in the mood. I reckon Smith should salute when he hits a 180. Look, they'll... But it's another max for Unterbuchner, and he's got the Ross Smith throw under a bit of pressure here. A ton's not enough for Ross Smith. 140 may not be enough depending on this visit. Oh, it may not be enough. Unterbuchner is down to a finish first. Ross Smith averaging 99, doing little wrong here, but Unterbuchner averaging 107. Where has this come from? The old T-Rex, the old tungsten T-Rex, if Henry Deacon's watching. This 68 may have to go, because Unterbuchner has applied the pressure. And it doesn't. 2 missed darts for Ross Smith. So Mikael Unterbuchner's setup was fabulous. And now he's going to get 2 at tops for a 2-0 lead. Oh, how costly could they be? You've just missed 2 darts to break Ross Smith. And he's not going to get another chance in this leg. Smudger pins the double 4, and we are level at 1-1. Is that the tide turner? Ross Smith has gone through the gears here. He survived a scare. Now he has the Unterbuchner darts under pressure. That miss from Unterbuchner, how big will that be? How costly will it be? Because Ross Smith is now down to a finish. On 4-4. It's not going to go, but it's not under pressure. Look, the 58 could have been better. Just allows Unterbuchner a chance to get down and apply some of that pressure. '86 is clinical from Smudger. He leads 2-1. He's put his average over the ton mark. It's a break of throw. And Ross Smith, having survived a couple of darts for 2-0, is now in control. He's broken the German's throw. The T-Rex is up against it. And what was good about that finish, it was clean. Right in the middle of the treble 18, right in the middle of the double 16 bed. Ross Smith has found his range all of a sudden. And the man from Dover, or it's Deal, isn't it? Oh no, Deal, somewhere around there, but I think it's Deal, but primarily has the White Cliffs of Dover and stuff on his shirt. It's down to 121. The average is creeping up to 102.5. Unterbuchner, has he got the gears to go with him? You would suggest not. Fabulous from Ross Smith. The 121 to go with the 86. 3-1 to Smudger, and this one could be heading one way. And that is one-way traffic. As I say, kicked off with a max as well. Remember, Ross Smith has had a maximum on the European Tour for a long time. It was the curse of Ross Smith, wasn't it? It wouldn't be broken. One, two, two. Can he add that to the list of party pieces? Not going to, but he's just going to set it up. Leaves double 16. Nothing Unterbuchner can do about it. Ross Smith is in complete control. The average has moved up to nearly 108. Smudger has gone through the gears here. 4-1. This is imperious from Smith. Was Unterbuchner got left in the locker? Has he got one big effort? To get back in this one. Is it another max for Ross Smith? It is maximum. It just looks so good when it matters. Down to 121. The average is nearing 110, considering he may be and could have been 2-0 down. Since that moment, he has just looked untouchable, Ross Smith. Again, it's been a while since he's lifted a title as well. That Ross Smith is far too good a player not to be winning a title. 52 for 5-1. It is 5-zip This is very good from Ross Smith. Is this being shown on ITV? No, Simon, it's only on PDC TV. So 270 for Smith. He's going to put a huge hole in it here. It's another maximum. It's his fourth of the contest. Gets him down to 90. No problem, Simon. And Unterbuchner cannot leave a finish. So Ross Smith has 6 darts to wrap up a 6-1 win. And he just tees up his beloved double 16. He will return. The average is 109. Unterbuchner is down to a double now. But Ross Smith, 3 in hand. Is it going to be a little pop? Or is it a pop? It is a pop. Double 8 to finish in a 6-1. That was a little bit good. That was stunning from Ross Smith. If he carries on in that manner, he will be hard to beat. Last game, Luke Woodhouse will take on Dominic Gruellich. Remember, Luke Woodhouse defeated Gary Anderson in the last Euro Tour. He could set up a date with the Flying Scotsman tomorrow. His finishing was sensational in that game. Would you agree Ross Smith doesn't have a B game? Starts him becoming truly elite, i.e. Premier League. I wouldn't say it stops him. I'd say his B game needs to rise, 100%. But if you look at it, there's a few in the Premier League that their B game is questionable. That's why they've not won many games, or as many as they should have done. But yeah, look, that's what separates you're right. It does separate the elite from the rest, but I'm not sure it stops him getting to where he wants to be, because there are only a handful of players, in my opinion, that their B game is good enough. The rest are questionable. Yeah, and that's what I mean. You look at the Dobie B game, the Aspinall B game, the Bunting B game. Is it right up there? Probably not. The two Luke's B game is incredible. Rob Cross is probably the best player in the last 5 years to win matches with his B game. He's won tournaments with his B game. He just has this knack of winning, Rob Cross. But you look at so many players, and I use Wessel and Van Veen as examples. Their A game is incredible, but they literally have no B game. It's all or nothing. And not just those two, that's a very modern thing as well, that you see so many players that have amazing, brilliant A games, but it's either A or C. There's nothing in that middle ground, and that's what you need. I'd say that's more his character, Chris. That dogged determination that he's got, that he never gives up. Is his B game particularly good? I don't think so at times, but that's substituted by that inner belief and that grit and that determination that he's got. Yeah, look. Look. At the moment, yes. Look, Rob Cross is playing incredible, but my only worry sometimes with Rob, and it's not at the moment, by the way, but in years gone by, because of the type of throw that he has, and we saw it in Dublin. Dublin's the worst I've seen Rob Cross play in a long time. That because he's got that very unique grip and release, if that is off, it's horrific, because it is so unique and so hard to replicate, and the release point is always late because of it. Yeah, I saw that bet, but look, going in, if he'd have had any wits about him, knowing that how much money was on the line, he'd have covered that bet. I'm not saying to the full amount, but knowing that the others are in, he could have covered it. Doing yourself a disservice there, Kev. Look, darts sometimes isn't about levels; it's about enjoyment as well. And if you're enjoying the sport, you get more out of it. That's not just darts; that's in general. I remember as a Cross seems to shake. I wouldn't say shake. I just think it's just his the way he sets it up. But yeah, the crowd is a bit dead today. But I remember going back that as a kid at school, I was forced to play rugby. So I could play rugby. I was decent at it. But I was forced to play it at school. I played senior county level at school. But football was always my love. And did I ever play rugby as well as I could have done? Probably not, because I didn't enjoy it. Where football, look, I wasn't amazing, but football I used to give everything because I enjoyed it. How this place that they're at held the European Championship finals. I think it was 2019. It goes back a long way. That's something I will say, that it's quite narrow, but it goes back a long way. So it's a decent venue. To be fair, it's just where it is. It's not his throwing hand; it's his other hand that shakes like a shitting dog. Right, okay. I've never really looked at the other hand because we're always looking at the. Oh, sorry, last night. Yeah, when Gezi went out, it went dead until the final. The final was rocking for MVG Littler. But yeah, when Gezi went out, it took a while to recover. This channel certainly has been enjoyed. That's that. Pleasure, Kev. Thank you very much. Look, we're here because you guys have bought into what we're trying to do. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. Dominic Gruellich walking on, and again, the German cheering squad is out in tow. Ricardo Pietreczko's other half, and Paul Horn has all come out to cheer him on. The German squad is out. Yeah, and MVG did do well last night, and it shouldn't have happened either, because the throw looked ropey as. But I agree, he did play incredibly. Do you think the World Cup will ever go the way Paul's style of certain nations having B teams? I don't think so. That's not really the way they want to go down with it, so I'd be surprised. Look, do I think there are teams missing from the World Cup that should be in? Yes. It would have been good to see Kenya in, or certainly have an African qualifier at least. I think Dowie's going to be okay. Chris is a really good player, and the game between him and Bunting last night was huge for both of those boys. They could have had more than two players in. I fear for Bunting in this Prem going forward. I think Stephen's quite a strong character where he was and where he's come from to where he is now. So look, the Stephen Bunting of old, yeah, I agree, then maybe, but I think he's come through a lot, so I think he'll be fine. But we are underway. Luke Woodhouse has the darts in the final game of the session. Remember, we will return at 6 PM UK time for this evening's darts, and it is incredible. Let's run you through the fixtures for this evening. Kicking off, Daryl Gurney against Nico Springer, Ricardo Pietreczko against Daniel Closer, Ryan Joyce against Joe Cullen, Ryan Searle against Luran Weck, sorry if I've just butchered that name, Raymond van Barneveld against Rapid Ricky Evans, Mike De Decker against Martin Lukman, Martin Schindler against Adam Hunt, and then finishing with Gian van Veen against against Connor Scutt. Sorry, what a session of darts that is. The big fish for Woodhouse, his finishing was so good last week. It's not going to go this time around, and Dominic Gruellich is threatening break of throw here. Yeah, well, have you seen? I think it's the head-to-head between Aspinall and Littler. I think it's 10-1. Yeah, James. So Kirk is on the way. I think Kirk will be there for this evening's session. So they've tried two PDC Europe guys out while Kirk got there along with Charlie. Nathan normally gives it a bit. I think he's always going to lose. And yeah, 10-1. And look, we saw back in the day. Remember when? Didn't Gerwyn Price lose something silly like 15 games on the spin to MVG? And you could see that it was doing his head in. There was, again, I want to say 2000 and maybe 19, maybe the start of 2020, I can't remember. But Gerwyn Price, this is when the draw element was still in the Premier League, that Price, I'm sure he was 6-2 up on MVG in Belfast, playing beautifully, and MVG rescued a draw, but you could see that Gerwyn Price was thinking about that head-to-head record. Dominic Gruellich. It's broken in the opener, but Woodhouse has a chance to get back into this one. One, 2, 4 for Woodhouse. Dart of the ball doesn't go, so Dominic will get a go at 112 here. He's going to get a dart. And it doesn't go, so Woodhouse will return. And last iron hand, Woodhouse does break back. Been a good response here though from Gruellich. He's got some pressure back on the Woodhouse throw. Neither player really looking comfortable on the other's darts. Yeah, possibly, Chris. I just think I don't think that came through in last night's performance. I just think that Littler was clinical in some big moments, and Michael just missed a couple of combinations when it mattered. Yeah, look, probably, but look, Gary's going to have to deal with that. It's not just Gary that players raise their game when they play the big names. That's the way the sport works. You look early on in the year when Littler didn't win a game on TV. Was it he lost the games he lost in Bahrain, Den Bosch, and the Winmore World Masters? The averages were silly against them. Brilliant from Woodhouse, a tongue-topping finish. Yeah, from 2 years ago, Chris, they changed the way they do it to make it fairer. I've not got a clue. Where is the Prem next week? Chris, speaking of, is there 2 Leonardo hotels in the Toon? Or is there only the one? Oh, there's 2. In fact, cool. Woodhouse, 88. He's threatening a break here at the moment. Again, chat room absolutely rocking it. If you haven't yet, drop us a like and subscribe. Appreciate all the support. Remember, we will return 6 PM for the evening session. Woodhouse misses 7-7 for a 3-1 lead. It will be on the banks of the Tyne. Yeah, I stay at the quayside one. Woodhouse making a mess of this. Potentially is. Massive opportunity missed. But Dominic Gruellich cannot take out the opportunity either. So Woodhouse coming back for the Madhouse. That's now multiple darts he's missed to break, turning into a disaster, and it is 2-all. Woodhouse should be out of sight, but he's not. What one would you recommend for next year? I've done Leeds. probably, look, you've done the Leeds. Leeds is probably Manchester. Leeds is always good, but I'd say Dublin as well. Yeah, I'd say probably Manchester then. Manchester, Leeds, for me are the best two ones. Final. To be fair, I've got to say, like, the O2 has never been one of my favourite venues, and it hasn't. But the O2 this year, because they filled it, it was actually okay. In previous years, but they haven't filled it, it felt a bit soulless. Fancy Exeter and Brian Jackson drive. They should do finals, Maya, Ali Pally. No, I'm not a fan of that, Brad. I don't like Minehead. That's one of the reasons I don't like Minehead, because of the two events there. I'm quite a traditionalist, right? I don't think that other tournaments shouldn't go to other venues like that. I like the fact it's one event at a venue. Woodhouse back in front. Right before World Youth Fund. I remember when the World Youth, obviously, it's moved around a bit. They had it before the World Final, then they had it before the Premier League. To be fair, Brighton as a city Brighton's a really, really nice city. It's just the venue is very small. There's no big venues on the south coast. Is the issue. Like, Brighton's tiny, Bournemouth small. There's no real big venues in the south coast. It's an intriguing contest, this one. No one really making a move right now. Woodhouse needs at least a ton to leave the big fish. No finish, so Gruellich is going to get the chance. At 161. It's not going to go. How are we doing, Harry? Good to have you in, mate. Hope school was good. Can you tell me when Rob Owen became a darts legend? To be fair, he's a legend in Bridgend. The thing is, like, those nights, Chris, aren't PDC. Does that make sense? Obviously, the guy that runs it has a budget per night. He's got to make X amount. So it's right. Who can I get in at a cost? Gruellich levels it up at 3-all. To be fair, they must have been struggling last night as well, because I did the Sky Sports pod at the end of the night as well, so they must have been struggling. Gruellich needs to find or make an impact on Woodhouse darts here, something he's not doing at the moment. Woodhouse having it is all his own way. You're famous then. Big time Charlie. Woodhouse down to 41. You'll just be thinking, I don't want to go to a last leg. Just give me a break of throw from somewhere. I'll never forget the audience, Chris. Don't worry about that. This is what makes us online darts. We're going nowhere, making things better all the time. First county game was down near Brighton, 10 hours on a bus. Blah. The late show with Phil Bars. We can dream. One day. Or the late dart show with Phil Bars. Need only bars. To be fair, I think we are going to do something on YouTube for you guys called that. Again, good from Gruellich here on throw. Oh, speaking of that, Nick Rolls has messaged me back. Apologise for the late reply. I didn't realise he'd been on holiday. Obviously, where he's been away, he said, give me a couple of weeks to catch up with work and then we'll sort a date out. So... so yeah, hopefully 2 or 3 weeks time, we're going to do a sit down with Nick like I do with Matt and Barry and so on. Two darts for Gruellich to level up. And he misses. Woodhouse has got a chance here. This would be for 5-3. Tops. It's not going to go. So again, Woodhouse, he's been dominant on his own throw, but then can't convert. Trilogy nightclubs are open when Phil Barr says so. And it is 4 apiece. Dominic Gruellich, you just feel like he's just holding on here at the moment. Woodhouse is making all the running. And then Woodhouse makes a mistake at the start of this leg. Can Dominic Gruellich step on that? Yes, mate, we will be back tonight, back live at 6 PM. Fingers crossed these two hurry up so I can go out and get some food. Gruellich is not punished. The mistake from Woodhouse. Again, this is a really strange game because Woodhouse has done the better work, but he just can't shake him off. Single 20 for tops. And it goes. Luke Woodhouse now one away from victory. Can he now carve a chance to get it done without a decider? Woodhouse is now threatening to get the job done here. Another treble would be gold. Still. Gruellich needs some trebles and needs some trebles quickly. But at the moment, predictions for the England game tonight. I think it'll be comfortable tonight. Do you think even without practice, Gary can... Yeah, on his day, Gary can average whatever he wants. 100%, we've seen it before. 1-3-4, and Luke Woodhouse has 6 darts to get the job done. How are we doing? Wordywood Vaughan Highfield, do you think that they're essential in darts seeing the players? I don't know if it's essential, but I think it certainly has worked for players. There are other players that will never embrace it for what it is, but look, it can't be a bad thing, Andrew. Luke Woodhouse does sell a 6-4 win, does not need that deciding leg, gets the job done. That Dominic apparently suffered sometimes at dart. Yeah, you can kind of see that with his release, the fact it's very almost trigger point. But it is Luke Woodhouse who gets the job done, gets the average up to 94 in the end. It wasn't his brilliant best, but he did enough. So Luke Woodhouse completes the session. You guys have been absolutely incredible. Session 1 of 6 down on the Euro Tour. Remember, we will return this evening at 6 PM for the evening session. It is an absolute belter, so make sure you are there and you are ready to watch. But I've been Phil Bars, we have been Online Darts. Please join us at 6 this evening for a session that should not be missed.